Today we are making a video on Xubuntu 23.10, which is Mantic Minotaur. So here is the boot menu of Mantic Minotaur, which is 23.10 Xubuntu. So let's boot it in a live mode. And this is a daily build, so remember that. So it didn't even released in a beta version or anything. This is just a daily build. So I think they released like 2 days ago with the daily builds. So let's explore and see what's new. I think there will be nothing new because a few days ago there is Ubuntu 23.04 released, which is Lunar Lobster. So we don't expect anything. There is a development. This is a development ISO file, so there will be a lot of time to rig. I don't know when it will be released. So let's explore and find out what is new in the daily build of Xubuntu 23.10. So again, I forgot to mention that I'm running it as a virtualization, which is a VMware with 80 GB of hard disk, 4 GB of RAM, and with 2 processors. So here is the welcome screen of Xubuntu 23.10. I don't know any information of 23.10 Minotaur. Mantic Minotaur is the code name, like the Lunar Lobster. So it takes a few seconds to load up the desktop layout, and let's find out what is new. At least there will be something new, or maybe just the Lunar Lobster things. We don't know. I will be uploading 2 videos daily without missing any day. So I already posted another video. So if you want to check that out, watch this video completely and check that video afterwards. So again, it's a development version. It should take a few more seconds because you already know development version, beta version, and the pre-release versions will take some time because they're in still build. So here is the 2 options of booting. One is to live boot and one is to install directly from here. It will be a good idea always to live boot the development version or the beta version. Only install. Even the stable version shouldn't be installed directly. You need to try it in a live boot for up to like 2 to 3 hours. It will be a good idea because there should be some bugs even in a stable version. We don't know. So it's always a good option to boot it in a live boot first. So let's boot it. First choose the language and boot it in the Xubuntu live mode, which is try Xubuntu. It's going to take like 30 seconds. It's a development version. Maybe it should take a lot of time. We don't know properly. So I'm not going to speed it up or edit the video. I'm just going to leave the video like that. So you can assume how much of time it takes. So let's wait for a few more seconds and we should be having our desktop completely loaded. So they announced or released like 2 to 3 days ago, I guess. I searched for the daily builds like 2 days ago. There was no daily builds, but today it was uploaded. So here is the installation, which is 23.10. So let me first change the display resolution first because it looks pretty odd right now. So let's go to the settings and display. Let's change the 1920 into 1080 because that's my monitor size. Let's keep this configuration. If you can't see the text size, font size, or the application size properly, you can change the settings by going to application menu and go to settings and then appearance, and then go to the settings again and change the window scaling to 2x. With the 1920 into 1080 and the 2x scaling will be proper to see everything. So that's the tip from me. So this is the desktop. So let's first check the system monitor and see how much resources are consuming. System monitor or task manager, everything is same. So let's drag it down, and right now CPU is almost touching up to 50% and going down to 8% like that. Can't even properly say because it's a development version. and memory is almost like a 1.1 GB. So these are all the processes right now. I'm making this video just for the education purpose. There is no need to download and try it. Only if you want to try it, you can test it on your own. Don't install it on a work PC or a main PC. Try it on a virtual machine or in the normal PC which you don't work or which you don't use for work. So let's check the terminal and type in the commands, which is inxi-sv8. This is the command which will grab complete distro information. So let's check the information. There will be not much changes because Lunar Lobster was released like not even a month. So there will be some same like applications and the version. There will be not much of changes. So host is Ubuntu, kernel is a 6.2, and it's a 64-bit architecture. Desktop is a XFCE, and let me try to change the color so you can properly look at these things. So let's load the presets, which is black and white. So now you can properly see. GTK version is a 3.24.36, and distro is Ubuntu 23.10 Mantic Minotaur, which I already mentioned. This is the code name like the Lunar Lobster, which is Mantic Minotaur. So the XFWM version is 4.18.0, LightDM version is 1.30.0. So I'm running it on a virtual machine, which is a VMware, so it says as a VMware. BIOS Phoenix version is 6.0, and RAM consumption is 1.1 GB of 4 GB of RAM, which I already mentioned that I choose the 4 GB of RAM and 80 GB of hard disk with 2 processors in the beginning of the video. So this is the CPU information of my laptop. If you want to check that out, you can check that out by pausing the video. So under graphics and the display, it says X11, and server is Xorg version 1.21.1.7. Compositor XFWM version 4.18.0. So these are all the monitor resolutions or the resolutions available for the virtual machine. So let's scroll it down, and API OpenGL version is 4.1, Mesa is 23.0.2. So the Pulse audio version is 16.1, Pipewire version is 0.3.65. So let's scroll it down and find other information, and the storage is 80 GB. I already mentioned that. So let's scroll it down. Process running right now are 292. Uptime is 5 minutes. Wake-ups are 21. Init systemd version is 252, and shell bash version is 5.2.15, and inxi version is 3.3.26. Let's type in some of the commands which will give the same information as the above, but in a short form, which is inxi. Another one is inxi-molb. Let's type in another command, which is inxi-G. So let's type in another command which is totally different, cat:/issue etc:/issue. So it says Ubuntu Mantic Minotaur. So let's try the NeoFetch if it's pre-installed or available. NeoFetch is not available, so let's try to install the NeoFetch. Let's copy this command. Again, remember this is a development version, so it's going to be a bit of lag. Let's type in the command sudo apt install NeoFetch. It's going to take a few seconds. You need to type Y for yes, which is Y for yes and N for no, to install the NeoFetch. It's going to take like 40 seconds maximum to install the NeoFetch. After NeoFetch, let's install the htstop also, because few people need to know what NeoFetch and htstop, information of NeoFetch and htstop. So let's type in NeoFetch because it's installed now. So it's Xubuntu Mantic Minotaur. So all information is here, so if you want to read it, you can read it. Let's type in htstop. Htstop is also not installed, so we need to install the htstop by typing the sudo apt install hashtop. It will be quick, not like neofetch. It will be very quick, like 8 to 10 seconds. As you can see, it's already installed. So let's type in hashtop. Here is the RAM consumption. Here are the CPU, task 82. So this is the complete information of the distro for Xubuntu 23.10 Mantic Minotaur. I showed the complete information. So let's check the terminal version, which is 1.0.4. Again, there is nothing new because still it is released like 2 days or 1 day ago. I don't know properly, but it was available today. So here is the content of the latest 23.10. I already promised that whatever the release will be uploaded, or the ISO file is released. As soon as the ISO file is released, I will be posting the content, whatever it may be, even its development version, beta version, whatever it is. As soon as the ISO files are released, I will be making that content. So here is the complete apps and the pre-installed applications, as you can see. So this is the about XFCE, the same information but not complete. I already showed in the terminal all the complete information, but this is the sum of the short information, which is just the important information if you want. So let's check out the features like this. All the things are same, nothing changed. That's the desktop features. Let's check out the wallpapers. There is nothing changed, as you can see, the same wallpapers. Let me close and let's check out the installer. It's going to take a few seconds to load up, so let's wait for it. So again, it's still the old installer. I don't know why it has the old installer. Ubuntu 23.04 only has the latest new installer. So but this Ubuntu has the old installer still. Even the 23.10 or the 23.04 still there's the old installer. Let's check out this installer. First you need to choose the language. Whatever language you like, you can choose that. Click on continue. It's going to take a few seconds. And here is the keyboard layout. You can choose your own language here. I'm choosing the English United States on the both the sides. You can even test the keyboard layout here or detect the keyboard layout by clicking on it. Click on continue. Here is the update and the other softwares. These are all the same. If you want to install the updates and the third-party softwares for the Wi-Fi and graphics, you need to check this. If you don't want, you can uncheck this and install it afterwards after the installation. It's completely customizable and it's clearly up to you. And the installation style, normal installation or the minimal installation, you can choose anything you want. Normal installation will be having every app, like important apps you need. So it's always a good idea to go with the normal installation, and minimal installation doesn't have that much of things. You just have a web browser and a basic utilities like a notepad or the text editor and some of the like apps like calculator, all these things. So it's always a good option, go with the normal installation and click on continue. It's going to be preparing the Ubuntu drivers. It's going to take like a roughly 30 to 40 seconds. So instead of waiting, let's check out the other things like the panel. So the version of the panel is a 4.18.2. So the latest version of the XFCE desktop environment is like a 4.18.4. You're already getting the latest version of the XFCE desktop environment. So let's get back to the installation type. This option will delete the current operating system and delete everything like a media files, all the things, and it's going to install the Xubuntu 23.10. So be careful while choosing this option, and something else will be giving you options like a partitions to dual boot like that. So it's clearly up to you to choose whatever you want here. So I'm going to choose this. Again, it's a development version. Only if you want to test it, you can test it on the virtualization. Don't try to install it on your work PC, so be careful for that. So after clicking on install now, it's going to take like a maximum of 30 minutes if you have a low-end PC. If you have a good end PC, it's going to take like roughly 5 to 8 minutes. It completely depends on your PC and the Linux distro. So it's going to take that much of time, and it's going to say finish and reboot your system, and you should be having your 23.10 development version or the daily build installed on your virtualization or the normal PC, whatever you choose the system. So that's the installation process. Let's quit it. So I think that's nothing new. So let's check out some of the applications version and end the video. So the file manager has a 4.18.4 as the Lunar manager. So let's open some of the important apps, not every app because it's going to take a lot of time. So let's check like a GIMP image editor, software center, library office, and on the internet we should check like Thunderbird mail and the Firefox browser. That will be good. So let me open the Firefox web browser. Even it's in a development version or the daily build, it's still pretty good in my opinion. So as you can see, it is still taking a good load and trying to open everything in the 4 GB of RAM. So that's still pretty good. So let's check the LibreOffice version. We should be getting like a Lunar Lobster version only. As you can see, there is a same version in the Lunar Lobster, which is 7.5.2.2. Let me close this thing. And the version will be same in every LibreOffice application, whether it's a Draw, Impress, Calc, whatever it is, the version will be same. So GIMP version it should be 2.10.34. I think this is the latest version. So let's check out the Firefox web browser version. It's a 112, which is also latest. So let's type my channel URL, which is youtube.com/9to5linux. If you want to subscribe, you can subscribe because I'll be posting 2 videos daily without missing. So this is the software manager, and this is the Thunderbird mail client. The version is a 102.10.0. So this is my channel. If you want to subscribe, you can subscribe. Let me close this thing. So this is the software center or a software manager. It's a 44.0. I think we covered everything. As soon as the beta version will be released, I will be making that video too. So subscribe for that. So this is the complete information. I think I covered everything, I guess, because there is nothing more or the nothing different still, because it was released like 2 days ago, I guess. So there is no difference, as the Lunar Lobster is also the same. So it's always a good option, go with the Lunar Lobster. For the sake of the education, I'm making this video. So that's the end of the video. So let me open the task manager and check the resources right now and see how much of resources are consuming. The CPU is same as in the beginning, and the RAM is almost a 1.5 GB, almost like a 400 MB extra, I guess. So these are all the processes running right now. So let me close this thing. I think we covered everything, I guess. Let's check the Synaptic Package Manager also. Almost every app will be same as the Lunar Lobster version, so there is nothing change here. So 0.91.3. I think that's it for the video. Again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. It helps make a good content for you. Other than that, I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace out.